It's fascinating for me as the person with a communist past to come to a country where people still live with this.
Start my second day in Hanoi, great and positive.
Hi fellow travelers, very welcome to my channel where I share super interesting and informative videos about world travels. If you are new, hit the subscribe button and stay updated about new video releases and watch existing episodes. What are you waiting for? Let's go exploring! This is the second and final episode about Hanoi. If you haven't watched the first episode, click this link to start watching. Today we will discover 5 more amazing places in Hanoi, and we start from the train street. Before the street was closed, twice a day, a speeding train passed through a narrow street where people lived, worked, and played.
Unfortunately, the train street is being repaired and it's temporarily closed, but I managed to take some shots and the view.
Hanoi authorities said they would block people from the tracks to avoid accidents, and police erected barricades to keep out disappointed visitors.
As you can see, people still come to take some photos. There is one guard sitting just here. He doesn't really let you get inside. But yeah, just for pics is fine. So as you can see here, no getting. And local people also go inside the street without any restrictions because they live there. Next destination is Lenin Park, and it's just 6 minutes on foot from here. So I will try to get on foot up there.
Of course, as a person born in Russia, I'm interested to see Lenin Monument. Hanoi Lenin Park, or Thang Park in Vietnamese, is located within 2 kilometers distance from Quoc Lake. The park has an excellent playground as well as a training place for physical exercises and sports of the locals. Hence, strolling around and sightseeing its landscape while breathing its fresh air should be a good idea.
I am in the Lenin Park. This is the famous Lenin monument, and as you can see, the name is written in a Vietnamese manner, Lenin. And what's interesting is that Vietnamese people cannot really pronounce the name and surnames. They probably can pronounce like Lenin, but they cannot say Vladimir Ilyich. Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. You know, in Russia we had communism, but it's all in the past right now. It's also fascinating for me as the person with a communist past to come to a country where people still live with this. For them, it's not the past, it's the future and the present, and they truly believe and they're proud of their history.
Next, I'm going to Tran Imperial Citadel. How much I love exploring historical sites and embracing their cultural value. This Imperial Citadel is a place not to be missed in your Hanoi trip. The Imperial Citadel of Thang was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2010. The main gate Duanmen is named after one of the gates of the Forbidden City in Beijing. Also known as the Hanoi Citadel, many artifacts and items dating back to between the 6th and the 20th centuries were excavated in 2004, including foundations of old palaces, ancient roads, ponds, and wells. Let's go upstairs to snap a splendid panorama of the yard and premises. The Thang Imperial Citadel was built in the 11th century by the Liviad dynasty. It was the center of regional political power for almost 13 centuries without interruption. And now let's walk along ancient pathways inside the inner complex. The area is huge, including ancient monuments, buildings, towers, and gardens. But honestly, other than the name, the complex of today really has nothing in common with this original citadel. So many of the buildings have been destroyed and rebuilt over the years, and the layout modified so drastically that again, it's only in the archaeological dig that you can find remnants of this time. At the rear is the Princess Pagoda or Haolao, which probably housed imperial concubines. And here you can see girls in traditional clothes called Aodai. And I also wanted to wear this beautiful costume. Does it suit me? In its current form, it is a long split tunic dress worn over trousers. Ao translates as short. Dai means long. I arrived to my fourth place. The view is really peaceful here, with new buildings surrounding the area. Just scooter noises never stop. Hanoi is always a great destination for Buddhists, with many ancient pagodas and temples. Especially nowhere else is better than Tran Quoc Pagoda, the oldest one in Hanoi, if you are interested in Buddhism. Tran Quoc Pagoda is more than 1,500 years old, which means the place holds such an important role in the development of Vietnam in general and Hanoi in particular. That is the main reason why the temple attracts thousands of visitors from all over the world every year. Surrounded by lush greenery, Tran Quoc Pagoda was a favorite amongst the kings and royal families for festivals, full moons, and Tet Festival. Standing at 15 meters, the main pagoda is made up of 11 levels, while its surrounding buildings include an incense-burning house and a museum housing historic relics. You can also see intricately carved statues dating to 16 and 39, each of which bear a unique facial feature. Finally, I arrived to my last, fifth place to visit in Hanoi. It's a beautiful temple of literature. The Temple of Literature is often cited as one of Hanoi's most picturesque tourist attractions. Originally built as a university in 1070, dedicated to Confucius, the building is extremely well preserved and is a superb example of traditional style Vietnamese architecture. This ancient site offers a lake of literature, the vow of heavenly clarity, turtle stills, pavilions, country yards, and passageways that were once used by royalty. There are 5 country yards at the temple, 2 brimming with landscape gardens. The third is home to a large pond known as the Well of Heavenly Clarity.
I found this beautiful bouquet with my flowers, actually according to horoscopes, and they match with my name, Natalie. I'm in the Temple of Literature, which is a very beautiful ancient temple in the center of Hanoi.
Originally, the university only accepted aristocrats, the elite and the royal family members. Students began enrolling at the Imperial Academy in 1076. Once accepted, students would study there between 3 to 7 years. The curriculum was largely Chinese-influenced and involved reading extensively about Chinese history as well as classical Chinese literature and poetry. The academy held 4 major tests per year, with minor tests each month. Scholars had the opportunity to sit the national exam after completion, and if their scores were high enough, they sat the royal exam, which was administered by the emperor himself. Needless to say, it was a high honor to attend such a prestigious academy, and it graduated some of the most brilliant minds in Vietnamese history. Visiting the Temple of Literature, you will discover historic buildings from the Li and Tran dynasties in a revered place that has seen thousands of doctors graduate in what has now become a memorial to education and literature. I've spent 2 amazing days in Hanoi, full of positive memories and moments. Hanoi is a really fascinating blend of East and West, with Buddhist pagodas and temples, strange Vietnamese cuisine, chaotic driving, and group Tai Chi activities, and at the same time, traditional Western-style buildings of old and French quarters, one of its kind Catholic St. Joseph Cathedral, and a communist spirit in Lenin Square and everywhere. At first, Hanoi may shock you with its contrasts, but soon enough you will love this blend and will feel at home.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed my videos about Hanoi, and if so, I really appreciate your support and love. So put your thumb up, subscribe to my channel Nathalie's World, and share it with your friends. I also really love your feedback, so even you give me your comments and ideas, I read them all, and I am very happy every time when I get a comment from you. So don't hesitate, drop me some of your comments in the comment box, and love you all. See you in the next video. Bye bye.